Well, today is solar panel day and tomorrow we leave, so we've got a lot to get done today. These are the same solar panels we had on Sparky. They're the SP100 model. They're 100 watts, but they're smaller than most 100-watt panels, so we can fit more of them. We had 9 of these on Sparky. There's no way we're going to fit 9 on here. And I need to do multiples of 2 or 3, so I'm either going to fit 6 or 8. I think 8's super ambitious, but I think 6 is doable. It's tight, but I could fit that one there if I had to. 1, 2, maybe 3 there. Whew. Definitely going to be tough to fit even 6 on here. But it's been done. Other people have done it. If you put tall enough brackets on, you can fit stuff over like the fan there and stuff. I just don't want them sticking up super high. This is the TV antenna, which we will never ever use, so it's coming off. 4G boosters going on there. I wish I could find where this goes and run my 4G booster in the same route, but I fear it goes between the panels in there and like snakes back. I wish I knew where it went, because yeah, it'd be real great to just pull it in. This also had Sirius radio installed, which I don't care about or have a subscription to. Unfortunately, that means they cut a hole there, but fortunately that means I can run the 4G wire in there into the stereo area, and that solves that problem for me, so that's actually kind of nice. Antenna's going to have to be a little bit shorter, because on the 30-footer the mast is ahead of the fantastic fan, where this it's kind of even. But that's okay, we'll just pop it right in there. It'll be a short little one. The taller it is, the better, but I think this will be just fine. And it'll put less stress on that thing being short. While we're up here, we're inspecting the roof, and I'm thinking this was a Las Vegas trailer. Super clean without any rust or big corrosion issues, but a lot of the sealant is just super dry. So Teresa's scraping it out, and we will reapply it. Yeah, it is coming pretty well. Look at what a good job Teresa's done. She has surpassed my cleanup and caulking abilities. Like, all this was full of dried caulk, and now it's gone. All along that rail and the gray tank vent. So I figured I can fit 7 panels up here, but not 8, which is really a bummer. I can't use 7, they have to be multiples of 2 or 3 because of my charge controller. It needs to see more than 12 volts, so that means I have to run some of them in series and some of them in parallel. I'm gonna keep trying, see if I can get 8 on here somehow. My biggest hurdle is shading, and the only thing that casts a shade is the AC unit. So that will get shaded and that will get shaded. I'll just wire those 2 together. I think that might be the answer. I'm not giving up on the idea of getting 8 panels up here. That would be significantly more than 6 as far as charging goes. This is so close, but it's hitting that, and it's kind of shaded by that anyway, so it may not be doing it. 4 just right here. Whew. Feeling that extra 6 inches shorter for sure on the panel thing. I wonder if there's like a low profile cap for those. That'd be really nice. I can definitely get 2 up here. My next mission is to see if I can get 3 along here before this white cap. That'll be interesting. I really don't think it's gonna happen, the 800 watts. 700, no problem. 800, that's just sticking off too much. Could it be done? Sure. Should it? No. Wish I could use that 700. It's 600 or 800. How else? There's like no other room up here. I've got it all covered. Well, now you know. 700 is possible. Unless they have a smaller shroud for these that really shrinks it and they have a way to hide that or go over it, I'm not seeing how it would be possible. Maybe one way to make it happen is to put the stand-up antenna on this side, and then I could slide all of those up even more, but even that would be pushing it. So let's keep it safe, let's keep it simple, let's keep it 600, and yeah, go from there. The actual sticking these down and winding them all to the combiner box is not going to be that hard. We got to leave tomorrow, and I've got to decide now. And I've been thinking through all this stuff this week, but I haven't like formalized it. And it's real easy to watch someone else solve it and then afterwards be like, oh, you should have done X, Y, Z. But when you're at this point in the decision-making process where there's so many unknowns and you're against a timeline, it's hard to anticipate everything. So give a big shout out and kudos to your friends who pioneer stuff and who do things in a new way that hasn't been done before, so that you can learn from their mistakes, so when you do it, you are a little bit more the wiser. I know I've learned a lot from other people and how they've set up their solar and stuff, and it's definitely playing into and impacting how I'm doing this today. Got my big combiner box from my 900 watt system I'll be reusing. Gonna cut my holes there, run the wires down into the microwave cavity since there's no fridge vent here. But I've measured it, so if I ever do put a fridge vent on, it will go right here, right where these are. I'm just crossing my fingers I don't hit any wires. I don't really have a good way of knowing. Whew, that's scary, drilling a hole in your roof. I guess there's thousands of little holes in it though. That is sharp. I don't feel any wires straight down. Alright, let's go see where that ended up inside. Alright, pretty much smack dab in the middle, which is where you'd want it if you were doing a fridge vent. I'll drill another one right there and call that good. Then we'll run the wires back along the top, down through a hole that we'll make there, and get those connected. So, with these holes up here, obviously it's a worry to just run the wires through there because they could cut on that and short. So I got two little pieces of threaded pipe I'm going to run in there as little insulators. Here in the microwave cabinet we've got the wires from the charge controller going up to the roof through those little PVC things to protect it. Let me show you what it looks like on the roof. This is where they pop through and plug into our panel here. I've got one panel mounted, but it's not great right here. I'd mainly use this as a spacing. I'm going to put one more of these feet and sheet metal screw it in right there so it's a little bit stronger. I'm not going to put screws into it this time because last time the sticky tape held so well, the screws were just redundant. Anyway, that's where that is. I've at least decided where one panel's going and maybe 3 or 4. I gotta fit that other one here and figure that all out with the shading of this. That's the main thing I'm worried about, but we're slowly getting there. It's gotta be done tonight because we're leaving tomorrow. I don't want to jinx this, but we've only had one injury so far. I pinched my hand in the wire cutters. It wasn't in the cutting part. It was right here in the bottom. My hand got in between that when I kunk. And those straight up punctured my hand. Kind of gross. But as far as the danger level of things go, it's kind of high with voltage and being on the ladder all the time, sometimes being on the roof and all the cutting tools we have. I'm thankful that that's the only thing that's happened. That's the only thing that's gonna happen, okay? I'm not gonna jinx it. We are list people. When there's this much to get done before you leave, you gotta make lists. And I get to check a few things off, which is super rewarding. Teresa made me a salad and some quesadillas. Not fancy because we are in full-on work mode. This is just the stuff we've done in the past 3 days. I still need to order tires and wheels. I could not find any 16-inch trailer wheels anywhere within 3-hour drive of where we are. We called the Airstream dealer in Salt Lake and they said we can get them in 4 to 6 weeks. So no, that's not going to work for us. That's one thing a lot of people don't factor in is once you buy your trailer or RV or whatever, if you want to make any upgrades, solar, inverter, wheels and tires, most of the stuff you're going to need is special order and it will take you weeks and weeks and weeks to get it all in. So get it in sooner rather than later. That's kind of why we were hoping to get this trailer several weeks before we did, because that's put a time crunch that I'm feeling now. So not able to get wheels and tires, unfortunately, or the dynamic wheel balancers. So we're gonna have to get those in a month. Fingers crossed these new tires that they replace them with can handle the weight that we put on here and won't cause us any problems. Let's see, seal cabinet under fridge. Good job, Teresa. Mount combiner box, done. Wire solar, working on it. Seal the solar to fridge hole, still need to do that. And secure wires. Under oven mount, still need to do that. Seal rear bumper, that will happen later. Clean front window, that can wait. Weigh it, gonna have to wait for that. Install solar, working on that. The list is getting smaller. Once solar's done, most of this will be done, and we won't be rushing as much last minute as we usually are when we leave. I say that now, but fingers crossed, the solar goes well tonight and goes on smoothly and quickly.